Hello again, VC. Welcome back. And we've got some very interesting things to talk about today. One of them being the new reissue of Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes. This was pressed at Quality Records Pressings, and it was remastered by Kevin Gray. It says right on that little sticker on here, mastered for vinyl by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. And it says, faithful yet updated rendering of the original art printed at Stratholme Printing. That was in England. They made the best covers. So, what does that mean, updated? Okay, well this is the original Japanese pressing of the record. And it comes with the Cap OB Yellow Epic label, 2,000 yen. So yeah, that's an original press right there. Look at that old Epic stereo, 72. So let's have a look in here. You see the really nice thick paper that they used for the Japanese lyrics. This is all a Japanese lyric sheet. And we have a little bit here, English lyrics on this side. So we've got some English lyrics and then a lot of Japanese information for the Japanese people. Now the record, if you look at the inner sleeve, 1972, CBS Sony. That's what Quality Records is doing in 2015. 72, the Japanese were already doing this. And now we have it probably doesn't show up on the camera, but Epic label, CBS Sony Records. Very nice record. It's about excellent plus condition. It's not quite a near mint, but everything else about the record is near mint. And it's a first edition. And if you go on eBay and you try to find one of these, yeah, good luck. That's a rare record. You won't just find this anywhere. And the sound on it, I had listened to it for a while, but the sound on it is phenomenal. Very good sounding record. So this new reissue, boy, it's got its work cut out for it if it's going to try to get close to that Japanese original sound. So, and it said it says on the back of this record now, well, let's go to that updated artwork. Let's do that now. What's that mean? Well, look at the difference. It's got all the young dudes here in red, and where it had all the young dudes down here, it's got the song titles on there. I sure love the cover. And you know, look at the high quality of that cover on there. How shiny it is. This is a high standard analog productions type of a cover they've got on here. Just wonderful. But I'm not big on that all the young dudes in red on it. I like this artwork better. But hey, that's fine. But I like the back of the cover better. Look at the new, it's all in color. And updated, better photos. And everything on here is the same, except for when you get down to this area in here. You see right here, that's the only difference. On the Japanese, it's got Epic, CBS Sony, Records Incorporated, Tokyo, Japan, 2,000 yen, 1972. This one says, 2014 Columbia, a division of Sony Music, manufactured for Drastic Plastic Records. What in the world? What's Drastic Plastic got anything to do with anything? And then it says Sony Music, Madison Avenue, New York. Manufactured for Drastic Plastic Records. Well, what in the world? Drastic Plastic Records. So, okay. Google, what in the world? Let's see what Drastic Plastic is. Drastic Plastic emerged out of Drastic Plastic, a punk and alternative record store in Omaha, Nebraska. That opened in '82. What's going on with Nebraska? Isn't that where Quality Records is out of? Martin Logan speakers? Yeah, well, you know, some good stuff coming out of Nebraska. So that's what Drastic Plastic is. They're dedicated to making things of the highest standards because they're fans, and they expect the vinyl reissues to have the pristine sound and to be faithfully and historically informed as to their presentation. So anyway, that's what Drastic Plastic is. So now I was looking about Coherent audio. Okay? Because that's what it's got on the front. Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. And you know, it kind of worried me because it says mastered for vinyl by Kevin Gray. Oh boy. You know, because what we like to hear, we like to know exactly what's going on. Original master tapes. We use the original master tapes and work with only the best mastering studios. Well, why didn't they say that on there? Mastered for vinyl by Kevin Gray, Coherent Audio. It's like we got to know what that is in order to make any sense of that. So, okay, Coherent Audio. It's a brand new facility with vintage roots. It is the realization of renowned mastering engineer Kevin Gray, who's got 38 years of experience, and he's made a lot of good records. And he's now made his dream facility because he used to work for Analog Productions, and they're not doing anything, and they closed their doors. So now he went and made his own studio. And no expense has been spared in putting together the gear. He's got an all-discrete Class A transformerless all-analog disc mastering system. Okay? Well, what's the system? What's their... I like to have a little note on there. Their philosophy is to provide the most transparent audio possible. And the note. We are asked all the time if we can master directly from analog sources and keep it all analog all the way through to the lacquer disc. Well, yes, that's our specialty. And we are one of the very few places in the world that still do it that way. You know who else does it that way? Sterling Sound. Well, and we know Sterling Sound is making some awesome records, T for the Tillerman for one. And what do they do at Sterling Sound? Well, they've got the Newman VMS 80 cutting lathe. It's the most sophisticated lathe ever built. The Newmans are the ones to get, okay? Well, this ain't Kevin Gray's first day, is it? No. He's putting together his dream facility. What has he got? Newman VMS 66 lathe, okay? And he's also got on there a Newman SX74 cutter head with an all Class A system, including a 300 watt per channel cutting amps. Kind of like that gain system, what they did. So, and he's also got here vacuum tube stereo limiters. Class A, you know, tubes. Yeah, okay. All that stuff, I heard enough. That's what we want. This Coherent audio, yeah, that's very going to be coherent. Now the bottom line, what's going on? Well, you know what? I listened to both of them quite a bit. Number of songs. And very good sounding record. I wasn't sure because when I was listening to it, I didn't know about any of this stuff. I just sat down and listened to it. And I'm going, I sure hope it's not a digital record. It's just too nice. And you know, I didn't say this yet, but only 1,000 copies are made of this record. It's 1,000 black 200 gram, which is kind of like, you know, Analog Productions or Quality Records. That's their specialty. But they also put out 1,000, because Drastic Plastic, they're getting involved in it, 1,000 translucent red 140 gram records. I got the 200 gram one. I was happy about that. I didn't even know they came out in red plastic until I read that. But this record now is very close to the Japanese original. The difference is, and after listening to it for quite a bit, the difference is it's like where Analog Productions is able to take the original master tapes and they can clean up a little bit of that brightness in there. That's what they've done. Now, it's not as renowned as, say, on the Ted Nugent that I reviewed. And they also did the, you know, I compared the MoFi Cosmos Factory CCR to the new Analog Productions record. And that again, it take that brightness away. Now this, there wasn't, this, you know, this record is a little bit of a bright record in the first place. But they cleaned up some of that brightness. They've got as much detail, maybe a tad more in places on this record. It's a winner. Wonderful job. Fantastic sounding record. I'm so happy because I really wanted to keep it because the packaging and everything was so nice on it. And it did. It came through. So if you like that record, they didn't make that many. That's the one to get. Now, Herbie Hancock Headhunters, you know, this record, this is what I've got here. This is a, came out in 73, of course, and I bought an original one in 73. I was 18, 19, probably 19 when I bought it. It was probably a year old when I bought it. I bought it, and 2008, this one was reissued by Sony Legacy. And now, when this record, when I bought it a few years ago, you know, there was a Marvin Gaye Trouble Man was reissued on 180 gram vinyl. I bought that. Boy, it sounded so much better than the original Canadian press that I had. And then Curtis Mayfield, Superfly, I got that on 180 gram vinyl. And that again was really, I had a first edition, you know, with the cover that folds open and all that, die cut cover. And it sounded better than that one. So I was really getting impressed with the 180 gram records. So I bought this. You know, it had that square 100, well, it doesn't have it on this one, but what they had used to have that square 180 gram sticker. So I bought it, and I was selling a lot of records on eBay at the time, so I just took it, put it aside, got the original, put it on eBay, sold it, and I'm going to pack it up and to box it, and I'm going, well, hang on. I don't remember if I even compared the two pressings. I don't even know what's going on. So I pulled it out, put them on the turntable, and I said, what in the world? I think the original Canadian press sounds better than this one. But they were very, very close. So, you know, I already sold it, so here. And I'll look for a Japanese press, because this one's still, if it's as good as the domestic press, it's not going to be, I can find something better. So that's kind of the little blooper on that one. And so now here comes the new king. Where was this remastered at? Oh, Sterling Sound. With all analog. And original master tapes. We use only the original master tape. Yeah, they can find the master tape for this record. They could find the master tape for the 72 Mott the Hoople. They can find the master tape for the 73, you know, they're around. You can get them if you really, that's what you want to do. Drastic Plastic wanted to do it. They did it that way. They found how they could make a great record. You know, why can't Abbey Road Studios make a great sounding record? Yeah, they don't want to. The Quality Records pressings, pressed and plated at the world's best pressing plant on virgin vinyl. Unmatched quality control, deluxe packaging again, and they only pressed 1,000 off every stamper. and look at the quality of the cover. Yeah, unmatched quality. These things are gorgeous. Okay, you want a gorgeous record? Yeah, Quality Records pressings. And of course, it comes on the 200 gram vinyl with a nice inner sleeve, and it's got the Analog Productions, you know, advertising in there. It's nice, little additive in there. But what's the bottom line? How does it sound? Sounds awesome. This is not a half-speed master. This is not, you know, 45 RPM, but it's that same quality. Remember the 33 1/3 version of T for the Tillerman? It's the same thing. They just upgraded this 3 levels from the regular press. It's so much better. Everything is just in spades on this thing. Great sounding record. The only way to make it better would be a 45 RPM. But nobody else, even if you half-speed mastered it, I don't think it's going to sound better than that. Then I wanted to talk a little bit about cleaning records. How important it is to clean your records and how much better they sound after that. You know, I've got a video about that. But what I've got this time is, you know, all these new records I bought, I cleaned them. And well, what did I find? What I found out, it's very important to clean your records, and you have to vacuum them with a record vacuum machine after you clean them. Because if you don't, you're never going to dry all that soap out of your record by hand. It's got to be vacuumed off to get all that stuff out of that microscopic grooves it's got in there. That's hard to get it out of those microscopic grooves. They've got a release agent when they make a brand new record, and they come. You can't see it, but they're dirty. They got stuff in the grooves. So I've got my spin clean set up over here, and I wanted to show y'all what's inside of it. So I got some special lighting set up over here because I wanted you all to be able to see inside the spin clean and make sure y'all can really see inside this. So I've got all this high-tech lighting so we can really see inside the spin clean. Let's go down in there and have a look. What in the world is all that dirt doing in there? These are supposed to be new records. What's all that? That's brand new records, and look at the dirt that's in them. So that's why I'm saying how important it is that you clean your records. You can't just assume because they're brand new, they're clean. They're not. There's stuff trapped in there. And thanks so much for tuning in and watching. Bye for now.